Okay, good morning and welcome to Wednesday morning's community meditation. I'm really excited about this one. If you haven't done inner child work, this is going to be really good. It is something that has made a huge difference in my life personally, with really connecting into the part of me that is uncertain, unsure, scared, and just like, the little girl that exists within me. So, hi, Erin. So nice to see you. And so, the inner child is the part of us that still exists in childhood, still exists in the space of uncertainty, in the space of sometimes trauma, sometimes anxiety. There's when we're children, we are, very carefree. We don't have all of that stuff, all of the expectations, the responsibilities, everything piled on. And as a child, we also don't have the resources to deal with some of the challenges that are thrown at us. And often we will experience hurt or trauma or just a turning away from whatever we're experiencing. And inner child work is all about reclaiming that. So connecting in again with this scared child, with the part of us that is acting from this space of uncertainty, in this space of reactivity. So oftentimes in our present experience as adults, we are reacting in a way that is connected to the inner child. Good morning, Tracy. Oh, and I think I saw, good morning, Sherry. Yeah. And so this inner child work is about reclaiming that and offering support and love and kindness and compassion to the inner child. Oh, good morning, Jessica. It's so nice to see you. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, this is such a beautiful group this morning. Not that it isn't every morning, but I just love seeing your names and your faces pop up. So, when trauma has happened as a child and we carry it forward into our present experience, often what ends up happening is we get stuck in a fear response. We get stuck in this old experience of our life that feels powerless, that feels uncertain, that feels like we have no direction. We revert back to being a child. And you know what that's like, right? When you're in a disagreement or you're frustrated with a partner or a loved one or somebody that you really care for, it causes you to revert to being a child. It causes you to go back to that hurt state that is not thinking logically, because that's not how that works. And so, what we're going to be doing today is really starting this inner child work together of first connecting with the inner child. And one word of awareness here: you don't need to go into trauma that is causing destabilization. So, if you have experienced severe trauma, it can easily drag you into that experience. And while this inner child work over time will help to address that, there's no need to dive headfirst and just absorb yourself in it. So, just touching on more gentle experiences as a child are really helpful, and just trusting the process. Sherry says, I feel I may have never given much credence to my childhood and just carried on. Oh, yeah, we're going there. Okay, so let's find either a comfortable seat or laying position of meditation. And just take the moment to arrive. Before we even get started, really feeling into the power of gathering. of meditating together, of intentionally showing up in community together. It holds a new kind of energy. We are not alone. So, as you arrive, settle into this support, settle into this space of connection, both within and with your community. And so, feel your hips rooted down, grounded, being pulled energetically down towards the earth. Feel a nice length in your spine, lifting you up, extending your energetic body, and opening for the flow and easy movement of energy. Let's take the time to really treat ourselves with kindness. So treat our body with kindness as we find comfort and stability. Treating our mind with kindness as we slowly move into meditation, very gently guiding towards relaxation and presence, but not forcing. Finding your breath and using your breath as a focal point. And you can return to your breath at many times throughout the meditation if you have drifted away from focus, if you have drifted into thought or experience that is not serving you. And let us shift into the seat of the observer. So we move into a space that involves very gentle looking. There is nothing to do. We don't need to control or force anything. We're simply observing. And anytime we take notice of something, whether it's a thought or a feeling, there's no need to shift or change it. We just keep with this seat of the observer, with our gentle awareness. Now I invite you to draw your awareness to your heart space. And let's cultivate compassion here. This inner child work will really help with connecting more deeply with compassion. So if you have found that it's difficult for you to feel self compassion, self love, kindness, connecting with your inner child will help this. Oftentimes, we're separated from compassion and self love because of judgment, because we feel that we should know better or do better. But when we can connect with the inner child, so much easier to offer that child love and compassion. And this is carried forward into our present moment experience. So, in your heart space, feel, sense, or intend that compassion is blossoming here. You can fill your heart space with a beautiful pink light energy. I like to envision a flower blossoming. So as you inhale, it really feeds this energy of opening, this energy of becoming. Now I invite you in your mind's eye to envision a tunnel. So see this tunnel lit with soft candle all the way along the edges, just emitting a very soft glow. And this tunnel is very welcoming for you. You feel drawn towards it. And so you begin walking down and through the tunnel. Again, still feeling that warmth of compassion and kindness in your heart, and feeling yourself held in this space as you continue walking down and through the tunnel, feeling yourself enveloped in this compassion, this kindness. And you start to see a bright light at the end of the tunnel, not too far away now. As you walk towards it, it's getting larger and larger. And you start to see that you are being called forward into a beautiful park. As you reach the edge of the tunnel, you notice that there is a bench in front of you with a small child sitting on it. And as you step forward, you feel the compassion and kindness carried with you as you are drawn towards the bench and the small child. You feel an energetic connection as you draw closer. And when you arrive, you sit down on the bench. The child turns to look up at you. And you notice that it is you. It is you as a small child, maybe 5 or 6 years old, or whatever age the small child is. in your mind's eye. And the child smiles at you, and you return the soft gaze and smile, and offer your hand so that the child can hold your hand and feel comforted, feel safe. You ask the child how he or she is doing. How are they feeling? You listen as they share their experience, their innocence, their joy, some of their fears. And the child stands now and invites you to walk with them over to a sandbox not far away. And the child invites you to sit down and play, to be with them in their space. Join them in exploration and curiosity. And perhaps you watch for a few moments and then start to join in. And you talk easily with the child, talking about their day, talking about their family, talking about the things that they love and the things that they don't like. And then you pause for a moment, feeling or sensing that the child has something to share with you, a fear, a worry, a concern. You assure them that you are a safe space, that you are here with them, and that you will support them in whatever they have to share with you. The child leans over and whispers in your ear. You feel the same fear, the same concern, remembering being this small child. Remember experiencing this same fear, this same concern. And you allow that energy to be present. And again, you tell the child, you tell yourself that you are here for them, that you are a safe place, that they are welcome to share their fears, their worries, their concerns with you, and that you will honor them, that you will help them however you can. And you ask them now, what is it that will make you feel safe? What is it that will bring you a sense of ease? What can I do to help? And just listen. Remember. Remember what it is that you need. Remember what it is that will help you feel safe. As you receive this, as you hear what is needed, you turn to yourself as a small child and assure them that you will do your best, that you will give them what they need. The small child gives you the biggest smile and leans over to hug you and squeeze you so tight. You can feel the joy radiating off of their body. It warms your heart to know that you have been able to comfort the small child, that you have been able to offer safety, to offer compassion. The child stands up and grasps your hand and starts pulling you back towards the bench. Continuing past the bench and over to the tunnel. The child lets go of your hand and waves goodbye, turns around and runs back to the sandbox. And you feel yourself drawn back through the tunnel. As you walk back through the tunnel, you feel an even greater warmth in your heart. You feel the compassion, the kindness that you began cultivating before blossoming fully, filling your entire heart space. really knowing that a part of you has been reclaimed. That a part of you has been offered comfort and safety. And as you reach the edge of the tunnel, you find yourself back in your body. Breathing into your present moment experience. Feeling a shift, a subtle change in your energy. And again, as the observer, you simply witness this. You simply notice what is. Starting to deepen your breath now. Breathing more deeply into your heart space. And really starting to expand the love, the kindness, the compassion in your heart beyond your heart space. Glowing brightly through your entire body. Bathed in the love and compassion that you have within you. And when you reach the edges of your body, feel these edges. Feel the outline of your body. And then begin to extend the love, the kindness, the compassion even further beyond your physical body to fill your auric body. The dome shape that surrounds your body. And really feel yourself safe, held within your auric and physical body, held within the compassion that you have experienced, within the safe space that you have cultivated for yourself. And as we prepare to close the meditation, intend that you will draw this compassion, this sense of safety forward with you into your day. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale audibly out the mouth. Two more of those together. One more. Good. And offering any closing blessings to signify the end of your practice. And when you feel ready, coming back to the space by opening your eyes slowly and starting to take in the space around you again. Hmm. Oh, that was a bit of a longer one. So thank you for joining me in meeting the inner child. I'll probably do more of these meditations, some different types of healing practices also, maybe connecting in with specific experiences. Inner child work is something that you can really connect in with anytime you're feeling out of balance or pulled into the fear response. The fear response is really an activation of your nervous system, but it almost immediately reverts you to being a child. And it helps so much to envision or to create connection and safety for the inner child during those times. Um, as adults, and this is what we've been talking about this week, is we can often find ourselves in hustle. We can often find ourselves in just, head down, blinders on, bore forward and ignore the deeper feelings, the softer feelings, the needs of your inner self. And it really helps me personally to connect in with this inner child, because when I'm treating myself as an adult with this lack of kindness or this lack of gentleness, it's not the same as when I'm treating a small child with that same lack of gentleness or kindness. It's easier to hold the small child with the kindness and the grace and the compassion that we really need as adults. But sometimes we just struggle with finding that. Paula just shared something here. Okay. Your inner child shared something that you had put away. Not a bad thing, just explains me a bit. Oh, beautiful. This can be done like it's almost like layers. When we reclaim the inner child, it takes a bit for them to actually trust you, for them to actually be willing to share some of the deeper experiences. And it's a really beautiful way of reestablishing a relationship that is essential to our sense of self, to our inner truth. And Jessica shares, this is extremely relevant for you today. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. It was really relevant for me. That's why I'm sharing it. um, and just a book recommendation. So, Thich Nhat Hanh, uh, what is it called? Healing the Inner Child? Yeah, Reconciliation, Healing the Inner Child. My favorite book on inner child work. I have listened to it nonstop for the last few months. And so I probably listened to it like 10 times. And that's how I tend to really incorporate information, is I'll listen to an audiobook and start to draw out lessons, and it sinks in different every time, doesn't it? And that's why we practice meditation together, and why you'll hear the same thing, but it will resonate differently. So yeah, thank you. I would talk more about this, but we're already past the time. So thank you for practicing with me today. And I so look forward to doing more of this work together. And I will absolutely be incorporating more of this inner child work. So Erin says that her inner child makes her laugh all the time. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, she was already with you in the tunnel. That's amazing. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing the time with me. I wish you such a beautiful day. I really invite you to draw forward this sense of compassion and kindness that you've cultivated for your inner child, and really offer that to yourself, knowing that you are the same. You are this inner child. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow.